The federal government wants to expand access to high-speed internet broadband technology across the country. Now, to help do that, more than $7 billion in federal stimulus money is being made available. Yesterday, Virginia Senator Mark Warner held a Broadband Access Summit in Charlottesville to explore how to go after the federal money. The first round of funding requires applications to be submitted by August 14th. And joining us now to discuss broadband access is Harrisonburg businessman John Sorrell, who attended yesterday's summit. John, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Now, John, why were you at the meeting yesterday?
I was privileged to be invited. I represent a group of businessmen from the Valley here who are interested in building an optic fiber in-ground that will bring extra high-speed internet through this area. And we hope that with the help of the state of Virginia that we can apply for these stimulus funds to help us build this.
Now, how does that differ from what exists in the Valley now? We have broadband here, right?
We have broadband here, and it is somewhat limited, but there's several differences that we propose. We're looking at an ultra-high-speed system, which is called middle mile. In this, we will use new technology, enhance security, and have a capacity that doesn't exist for broadband service in the areas that we intend to serve.
And specifically, the areas you intend to serve are where?
Well, we're looking at starting in Ashburn, where there's a main hub to hook into the internet. And we would like to we propose to run through Front Royal, through Page and Shenandoah counties, through Rockingham, and eventually down through Lexington and into Bedford, Virginia, where we hope to connect to another major internet network.
Okay. Will this allow folks in more remote areas in Rockingham County, say for instance, or in Craigsville or the Bergton, Grottos, to connect? Do they have broadband now, and will they have it from this?
Some of those areas have it. Broadband can be wireless and it can be fiber. So some of those areas are served, many of them are not. In the initial phase, this is just to bring high-speed secure service in a large tunnel of information coming through the valley. Then the system can be expanded to what they call last mile, to where internet service providers then can take the fiber or the wireless direct to the homes in more rural areas. Okay. But what we hope to do is decrease the cost of the service as well.
All right. Now, specifically, how will this help people here in the valley? Why should they care about it?
Well, with the new system that is new technology, more security, more capacity, we then can bring more economic development. We can then bring lower cost broadband services. And if you're going to keep growing economically, information is important. If you want to connect to the state, to the country, and even to the world, access to information is the key to the future. And we hope we have that little key to unlock part of it at this time. So
rural areas, what would people be able to do that they can't do now? It just depends upon what rural area you're in?
Absolutely. In some rural areas they have nothing, they have no dial-up. In some areas they have dial-up service, which is real slow speed. And those of you who have it, you know who you are. We are looking then to bring more capacity at a lower price. Then that will enable internet service providers, the next link, to take more service to more rural areas at a lower price. That's the ultimate goal.
Now, this is a competitive process. Wouldn't some people say, well, there's more distressed areas in the state, like maybe South Side or Southwest Virginia, than the Shenandoah Valley, right?
Absolutely, and the federal government has a scoring system. You score yourself, and you're rated on points to see where you score. But we are not only competing against areas in Virginia, we are competing against the entire continental United States for this money. So it's going to be very important to see how we score and how we fit in. The more help we give, the better we are.
All right. Harrisonburg businessman John Sorrell, I want to thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Now, for more information on this Valley Broadband project, you can contact John Sorrell by going